live here from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Slide Job Racing League returning for preseason, the Season 11 Summer Shootout. Looking forward to this one. I am Josh Coppernell. I'm joined in the booth by Adam Kuhn. Adam, how you doing?
Evening, Josh. I'm doing well. Excited to be back up here in the JCTV booth. Like you mentioned, for the Slide Job Racing League. In the middle of the off season here, season 11 around the corner. Season 10 just wrapped up. Jonathan Parker, our champion, but we got a bunch of names on the roster here tonight, Josh, at Daytona. It should be an exciting sprint, just 40 laps around the center of racing, and I think a lot can go wrong at Daytona. We've seen it right here on JCTV, and I think we're in potential for a lot of chaos here tonight in this race.
Yeah, I agree with you. This race, Daytona, preseason race, I mean, you get these guys to a preseason race at a track like this, and you said it, chaos. It's, this race is pretty short, too. It's, it's 40 laps. These guys are going to go 100 miles around this 2.5-mile track. And I think that this race could very well start out just absolutely wild right from the get-go and finish wild. Middle might be a little bit calm if they have a couple wrecks early on, but we'll see how it plays out for sure. Right now, qualifying is in the middle of it happening right now. We have just under 2 minutes left in qualifying right now. The only driver on track is Noah Mayuri, currently sitting P14. He's already turned both his laps, so right now he's just driving to drive at the moment. See that a lot of times with other drivers, different tracks, different leagues all the time. So just getting some extra track time. Looks like swerving up towards the wall, but yeah, right now, so 15 drivers have taken a qualifying time, and last I knew, there was about 21 drivers registered in this race, so pretty decent sized field. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and pretty interesting. And one other, you can really, what is going to be pretty peculiar set of circumstances. We see this all the time in the exhibition events here on JCTV, and it's a fun little thing that iRacing has, of course, and it's always great to see it implemented when we do have it. It's the fast repair. It's going to be very crucial tonight, Josh, because we are going to see a crash tonight. I can almost promise that, and if they are involved in the crash, it's not game over. They have a chance to be involved in another one, or go out there and be in the threat for the win.
Yeah, I think between all the races that we have watched, whether it be sim racing or real life races, we've seen a lot of times where damaged cars go on to win these kind of races, and you would think that if you get a little bit of damage, you're out because of the way that the arrow works here, but that's not the case. A lot of times, you can't be the lead car, but that doesn't mean you can't be out there in the pack and still have a chance at the end. A couple of races I can think of right off the top of my head from real life world, Adam, is you think about, I believe it was a Clash a couple of years ago, Eric Jones absolutely had a ton of front end damage and went on to go win at Daytona. Then in the Xfinity race, Tyler Reddick, this was, I couldn't give you a year, but it was, again, a couple years ago. I think that one was at Talladega, maybe? But a ton of damage. Totally thought he was out. Somehow came and still won the race.
Yeah, you bring up a lot of good real life examples. We have plenty of good examples here on JCTV as well. The slide job summer shootout can be very fun to watch. Like you mentioned, with all the damaged cars being involved and stuff. But Josh, how does racing, as we see these guys grow up, racing with a faster pace in the back of your mind, play into this?
You know, honestly, for me, I forget about the fast repair because you don't want to have to use it. You know, you just hope that a lot of these guys go out and drive as if they don't have one, and sometimes that's not the case. These kind of races can be so wild; they produce just most wild racing ever, and you don't want to be a part of that. Me personally, I go out and pretty much do the same thing that I normally do. I don't even think about the fast repair. I don't want to have to use it. So just take it easy until go time. But as the field is rolling, quickly go through our starting lineup. It is JT Larsh with the pole. Zach Probst will start P2. Luke Knupp, P3. Jonathan Canfield qualifying 4th. And 5th is Jeff Wimmer. 6th, Casey Hatch. William Turnbull, 7th. Darren Roy, I'm sorry, in 9th. Doug Denise. Make that Doug Denise 9th. Darren Roy, 8th. Caden Atkins, 10th. Starting in 11th is going to be Ricky Hudgens. Robert Lukens, P12.
Robert,
Joseph Burnham, P13. Noah Mary, 14th. Zachary Wareham, 15th. Bridger Olson, 16th. Dylan Parker, 17th. Dane Cruz, 18th. Michael Thorpe Jr., 19th. Jackson Austin, 20th. And then rounding out the field is Don Blazier and Austin J. McGill. So we get ready to race. And the pace car is working its way pit road. Green flag is in the air. We are underway. And it doesn't look like Jonathan Canfield gets a very good start. That outside line stacking up big time behind that 16 machine.
and it's very unfortunate. Zach Probst got a pretty good start against JT Larsh at the pole sitter. Was pretty even with him throughout trial. He was obviously not going to be able to capitalize with no help from behind. He's going to fly into the 4th position through 1-2.
Zach Probst settling into the 4th position, but he's going to be 3 wide for the moment as William Turnbull in the wall. That's going to stack him up. Robert Lukens gets into the back of Turnbull.
Racing at the front, they just left JT Larsh out to dry. He's going to fall to the 5th position, as Luke Knupp is going to lead the opening lap here at Daytona.
So it is Knupp, Wimmer, Probst, and Atkins. Here comes Noah Mary jumping to the high line. Probst moving up. Knupp going and blocking that run, and a spin! Wimmer gets into Probst. Probst almost saves it, and now contact after he gets into JT Larsh, and more contact behind.
Well, that was the first one of the night, Josh. It only took 2 laps, not even.
See what actually happened here. So Probst moves up. Knupp goes to block. A little bit of contact there with Wimmer. Looks like JT Larsh.
Just looks like tight racing going into turn 3, Josh. Waymo was right on Pope's door, and it just kind of up the 62 around. Just probably think 73 was going to be down laning.
Don Blazier involved, and trying to figure out who the other one was. It's showing too, but it wasn't Bridger Olson.
Bridger Olson in Sim on the listed as the 04. His paint is number 2.
Was Bridger Olson.
And yeah, and Caden Atkins is also painted up in a 2 cut. His is orange, Bridger is in a blue one.
And I believe that
At least that's what my trading page shows me.
Yes, I am seeing the same thing there. The other one involved was Justin Burnham, the 74 machine.
Believe he, Large, and Probst took fast repairs. Not quite sure about Burnham for sure. I'm not quite sure he did. Pretty early hole to be in to take the fast repair right off the opening couple of laps, though. So, those guys, like you mentioned on the pace lap, Josh, you really don't want to think about it because it's the security blanket, and now they don't have it, so it could be in for a very short night. There's another incident right off the gate here on this restart.
Yeah, and you know, in this case here, like I said, I don't want to have to use it if I don't have to. But if I'm one of these drivers that was just involved in this accident, one thing I'm going to look for is how is my car handling right now? Can I get away with not having to use that fast repair? You know, am I still cranking 2,000 RPMs at idle? You know, does the car seem like it's hurt? If all these answers are in the positive, or maybe one of the answers might be a negative answer, I might think about just riding. Especially in a case like this, there's 40 laps, you know, all in all. There's 37 to go right now. 36 once they cross the line. If I can just get through, you know, 15, 20 laps, and then take that fast repair, you know, it might have been worth saving it here. Just coming to pit road, unchecking that fast repair, getting the damage that you can fixed, going back out there. Sometimes it's not possible, though. When you're involved in a wreck and have pretty bad damage. Like I believe we saw with Zach Probst there. You know, if I'm Zach Probst, I'm taking that fast repair. These guys are 2x2 for the restart. 35 to go. We go back green here for the season 11 summer shootout. Caden Atkins, your current leader. Jeff Wimmer, P2, Noah Mary, third, Michael Thorpe Jr. Is scored fifth. It's could be Jay McGill, that's fourth.
Mentioned Jonathan Canfield's pretty poor start there. Drop of the initial green flag. Let's see what he can do this time yet again on the outside lane. Fortunately for the field, he's not leading the field, or towards the front of the field at least. Still, towards the front, but not in the position he was last time. Going to be in the third position on the outside lane. Hopefully a much better start for that 16.
The green flag is back out. And a much better start out of that 16. Nat Kings, Noah Mary. Those two working together. That inside line is pulling away. But Thorpe jumps to the outside with Turnbull.
Jeff Wimmer led the field to green on the outside lane. He has fallen all the way back to 7th, I believe. The third car on the outside now, and see all the lanes just wishing and washing back and forth as they settle on the straightaway. A lot of aggressive guys right now, Josh, knowing this is just a sprint race. Like we said, one kind of just want to see them ride to the finish here as well. Is contact and a little loose there for Luke Knupp.
Luke Knupp leads that outside line. Really no help. Knupp is out there. He's got, well, I say that. Jackson Glenn Austin moves up there as well as Mary Nackings, and here comes Robert Lukens. They're going to wreck!
Jackson Glenn Austin, Robert Lukens. Noah Mary was super aggressive driving yet again in front of the field. Mary made a move to the top, and it all just went awry from there. Just a lot of contact. And a lot of aggressive blocks, Josh.
Yeah. Field just stacked up, really. Nowhere to go up front. And chain reaction.
Yeah, nowhere for Robert Lukens to go at all.
All started to stack up
Wow,
with Mary, Austin, and Knupp. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, I was going to say Michael Thorpe almost made it 4 wide there for a moment. I think that's what triggered the spinning. It kind of just stuffed it there and threaded the needle. He got away scot-free while the rest of the field collided behind him.
Well, you may notice some of our Canadian friends. William Turnbull. A couple of others. I believe Austin J. McGill. And there was one more that was running a special paint scheme tonight. Try to find it, but William Turnbull, Austin J. McGill, and one other driver run special paint scheme. Guys may have heard about the Atlantic Canada. It's recently been affected by bad wildfires, the worst in country's history. Displacing 20,000 people and destroying over 400 homes. This race is actually the SJRL Season 11 Summer Shootout for Canadian Wildlife Relief. So if you guys are interested in donating to the Red Cross to help with that cause, there is a link. There is not a link posted because YouTube is being difficult right now, but there will be a link for you to do so. And it is Zach Wareham is the other one. Thank you, Austin, for that.
speaking of Zach Wareham, he disconnected in the first caution of the race, packet loss, loaded back into the server, went a lap down, of course, got back on track, and I think he realized he was going to have much more fun tonight, so he decided to poke it for the night, and he has called it for the night. He will finish this race in the last position and 22nd for the 27.
That's unfortunate for Zach Wareham. So I'm having a little bit of issues with that, but yeah, it's to the Canadian Red Cross in Nova Scotia and Atlantic Canadian Fires Appeal. If you are interested in donating. "30 laps to go when these guys cross the line, taking the green flag. Luke Nupp, Dane Cruz, Just Burnham, Darren Roy, and Caden Atkins. Top 5. Pace car is going to make its way to the safety of pit road. And green flag's back in the air. Looping up, gets a good restart, allows Dane Cruz to get in the line. Just Burnham goes to the outside. Here comes Caden Atkins with Burnham. Nuff goes to block.
Oh, Luke's. Yeah, that was a risky block from Luke Nupp, considering we just saw a moment ago, but had enough time to take it. Burnham's going to be boxed in there, but he has an opening to the bottom, but he's going to stay right in line behind Luke Nupp for the time being.
In some ways, I'm surprised he hasn't taken it, gone down there.
Yeah, he's about to run out of time here if he wants to go down with Caden Atkins, because inside Dane Cruz now of that 2-car.
Just Burnham. Now he's making a move. Just Burnham went to the outside, got Nupp up there, and then cut down low. Nupp now stuck against the wall, and Caden Atkins going through the middle. Nupp is actually in the wall. And there's a wreck behind. Caution is out for the 3rd time. Hard hit for Jonathan Canfield.
Michael Thorpe is spinning through the bus stop. Chicane back there. He's going to come to rest. Entering turn 3. Oh, looks like Canfield. So we pull up the JCTV replay here, Josh. Got collided with JT Larsh, and they were 3 wide in a bad situation when Luke Nupp got out of the gas, went to the back. And I don't know if that triggered it, but it kind of didn't help anything with the way they got those guys were stacking up off turn 2. Excuse me.
You know what I'm seeing is that Jonathan Canfield was riding right behind Zach Probst. Canfield had a big run and just nowhere to go.
There was a big checkup.
So there was a checkup. Canfield got down onto the apron and was trying to get back up on track, and that's when the contact happened. I would not blame Canfield there. Yes, he was coming back up on track, but I mean, as race car drivers, with all the checkups that happen in Daytona and Talladega, um, it's something that you get used to with the checkups, and sometimes they happen a lot more, like a lot quicker than expected. And I think that was the case here for Canfield. Um, so as a reaction, uh, you know, going down just a little bit, coming up, that hole got filled fast, and I don't think Canfield was expecting that. I have to say, as a driver, I don't think I would have either. So we're under caution for the third time. Justin Burnham leads as a lot of the field comes down pit road. And in the meantime, we're going to go side by side. And we'll be back for the restart.
Langley, Lanier, Martinsville. The blend of JCTV Prestige take late models out at the southern tracks for the All-Star Summer Championship. Mondays beginning June 19th.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan from JCTV. Here at JCTV, we currently broadcast 3 series. On Tuesdays, you'll catch the Slide Job Racing League featuring drivers such as Dalton Kilroe, Dane Cruz, and Jonathan Parker.
And real quick, we are 3 wide for the race lead. Hawkins, Wygant, Hapiak, they went 4 wide for a moment with a lap car.
On Fridays, you'll see the NAOR series featuring Nick Hapiak, Chris Wright, and Josh Arnold. As that happens, here comes the 5 through the middle right now. He's going to force the issue and take it
4 wide! 4 wide!
God!
What a move by Justin Durand to go to the race lead!
On Saturdays, you can find the In the Pit News Truck Series featuring Justin Durand, Zach Probst, and Ethan Fonseca Moreno. To book JCTV for your own league, please visit us at jctvracing.com and contact us for your booking. Remember, race fans, you can always watch racing live or anytime over at JCTV's YouTube channel.
Back here from Daytona International Speedway, this is the Summer Shootout for the Slide Job Racing League Season 11. Justin Burnham is your race leader, and of course this race is helping Canadian Wildlife Relief. I wasn't able to figure it out, but Adam was able to, so if you would like to donate, there is a link in the chat to donate to the Canadian Wildlife Relief to Nova Scotia and the Atlantic Canada Fires Appeal. "25 laps to go when these guys cross start-finish line, take the green. Justin Burnham will lead the field to the green flag. Caden Atkins, Dane Cruz, Darren Roy, Jackson Lynn Austin, top 5. Pace car is making its way down pit road inside restart zone. Green flag is back out.
This time the inside was very unorganized in the restart zone. See what happens with those top three in that higher line linked up together, while those top three in the bottom line are separated by car lengths going to turn one. Now they're going to be grouped together through turn two, but it's going to be too late with the momentum built for Caden Atkins here on the outside. Oh.
I'm actually surprised that bottom line got there to Burnham.
Robert Lukens through the middle.
Yeah, Robert Lukens, he's trying to make some moves work. Right now, all by himself, that run is going to stall. And everybody back together, side by side for the race lead. Burnham, Atkins at the line. That outside line has the momentum right now. Atkins being pushed by Roy.
Big check up on the bottom there. Gonna allow a lot of guys to swing to the top and allow that top lane to clear. Now 4 cars. See if Zach Prost's gonna try and make it 5, but it's not gonna matter. 21's gonna jump out of line, duck to the bottom. That's Austin J. McGill, and Luke Nump's now gonna join him through turn 4, but go to the middle.
And Caden Atkins thought about going to the middle as well. He is going to do it. Atkins in front of Nump, who's in front of Probst. And those three going to get connected and now have control of this race.
Darren Roy right there in the top got kind of moved around by the air off of turn 4. Now he's going to move to the middle lane with a huge run, but he has no push behind him. He's going to duck to the bottom now in front of Zach Probst. Big slam there. Oh, too big of a slam. He's going to get hooked to the bottom lane under the yellow line. They save it as he comes back up the track, though.
Incredible job by Darren Roy to save that car.
And he just came over the radio in disbelief himself.
Oh, Jackson Glenn Austin. He caught the wall a little bit. His car kicked sideways. These guys are racing like it's the last lap.
Christian Burnham and Caden Atkins contact with the doors is going to send Caden Atkins hard into the wall. Darren Roy is also involved, wrecking. More involved, spinning to the apron of turn 4, Josh.
And the caution will come out once again.
Burnham was being pretty aggressive, trying to be very trying to get the air off the two of Caden Atkins, and when he did, it just swung the two around, and he made heavy contact with the outside wall, and it was just a chain reaction in front of him with everyone wrecking just in avoidance of all the other cars around them.
I think my controls took us a little bit too far back. Yeah, there we go.
Wow, 44 William Turnbull had nowhere to go and piled right in there. Don Brazier was also involved.
Austin J. McGill, looks like Dylan Parker, William Turnbull, Robert Lukens might have gotten a piece of it.
and Robert Wilkins used the fast trip here on lap 2, so he is done for the night and he is disconnected from the session.
So we are at halfway through this race, 50 miles complete. This race, of course, a very short sprint, as we've mentioned. It's going to be 19 to go at the line, and I believe they're going to get the 1 to green signal, so it'll be 18 to go when we go back green. 4 cautions so far for a total of, at the moment, 11 laps. It'll be 13. 4 cautions for 13 laps. The green flag is displayed. Adam, 4 cautions in the first half. I think we're going to see more, less.
Oh, that's about a good average for the rest of this race, I'd say, Josh. It's definitely been, I'm not quite sure if compelling is the right word, but it's been super aggressive and super fun to see our guys racing out at the front of the field, but unfortunately, because of that, it's led to a lot of eye pacing and not a lot of green flag laps under our belts. But now that we're in the second half, I think it's just going to rise a little bit more with the intensity. It's just going to be a little bit more braver because most of these guys probably don't have fast repairs anymore.
"16 drivers on the lead lap. Darren Roy in 17th, 1 lap down. Everybody else is currently not on track. Luke Nupp took the outside, so it's going to be Nupp on the outside. Jackson Glenn Austin in second from the inside. Jonathan Canfield, Michael Thorpe Jr., and Austin J. McGill make the top 5. 18 laps to go when we cross the start-finish line. And green flag is waving. A very calm restart. Zach Probst moves to the outside. And that 34 machine, he's making some moves. Here comes Zach Probst to help Michael Thorpe Jr. And that bottom line, it's going somewhere. Cade Atkins moves to the middle.
Yeah, that was a very brave move through the middle of, basically the middle of 2 and 3 and 4 when he made it. Thought we were going to see another chain reaction there in the center of the corner. He's going to slot into that top lane here, the 3rd position in line there, and the bottom lane is stacked up quite a bit there behind Zach Probst. It's Jonathan Canfield there, and the 21, Austin J. McGill hooked up together there.
And McGill's going to move up just a little bit. Not sure if he's trying to create a third lane in the middle or just trying to get some air on the nose, but he goes back down. There is all kinds of pushing going on up front right now. Jackson Glenn Austin pushing Luke Nupp. Might have gotten him a little loose. Bottom line has the advantage right now with Michael Thorpe Jr. out front, leading it with Zach Probst pushing. And Michael Thorpe Jr. has a moment there.
There's also a moment a little bit further back with Caden Atkins. Now Justin Burnham stuck to his inside 3 wide. They're going to get that sorted out. While the field kind of got separated there a little bit towards the back half of this pack. And Josh, just 16 lead lap cars, only 15 of them in this little draft here as Bridger Olsen came down pit road under green just after the restart. So he is very, very far back on the track in comparison to these guys.
Bridger might be in a good place right now if these guys wreck.
Yeah, he is, but this has been the most calm it's been all race. Top 6 are single file. First side-by-side battle is the 12 of Ricky Hudgens and the 40 of Doug Denise. As soon as I say that, Austin J. McGill to the inside of Jonathan Canfield. That was for third. And they're going to get really fanned out here off of turn 4. There's going to be contact.
Here comes Dylan Parker. He was making some moves happen, and he's got a bunch of Peak Performance teammates right behind him. Caden Atkins going to catch the wall, though. That's going to stall any momentum that outside line had.
I think Luke Nupp also caught the wall just a little bit there, but the contact I was speaking off of turn 4, Josh, was Justin Burnham getting body slammed almost to pit entry. He slowed down a ton, and he may lose this draft here, but that little skirmish off turn 4 may help him. But he is car links back and still losing time here into turn 3. While up front, Dylan Parker gets a huge shot from the 2. Almost big issue there, but here comes Doug Denise in the top 5 for the first time tonight.
The hottest driver in the Season 10 playoffs, Dylan Parker, of course. He was mathematically out after a big penalty from race 1 of the playoffs. Kept him from winning the championship. Dylan Parker, he needs to reset. And though this is a non-points race, he's back to where he pretty much finished off last season, and that was close to the front. Dylan Parker going to go down in front of Dane Cruz, who is making a move. Dylan Parker, now your race leader here with 13 coming to 12 laps to go in this race. And they are trying to wreck behind Adam.
Yeah, there was... Oh, Doug Denise is going to get in the wall in the tri-wall. He almost got in the wall off of turn 4. They had a huge save off of 4, but Denise is still going to get shredded in the stick here on the front straightaway. Hopefully he's going to be able to keep up with the draft and slot in the line here at the back end of the slipstream here. He is indeed going to do that. Hopefully he will stay in line, though. Up front, Dylan Parker almost got hooked into the wall, though, because they are still super aggressive up front. Side-by-side for third now.
I see a ton of Peak Performance paint schemes in a lonely Fastenal 23.
Yeah, Don Blazer is really on an island of his own right now. Thankfully, he is going to have the sheer unpredictability that is Super Speedway Racing on his side, with all the chaos that could stem around him and all the team work that could go awry here in the last couple of laps, Josh, because we have never really seen teamwork go to perfect play here on play races. And speaking of, Luke Nupp almost got hung in the middle there on the back straightaway, and he's just going to keep getting shoved from Dylan Parker, who is just a pinball between he and Dane Cruz down the back straight.
You know, the other thing that comes to my mind here, Adam, is one thing that you and Cam actually kept telling me earlier this season for when it was Daytona week in iRacing, and that was with these next gens, if you're the leader coming off turn 4 on the white flag lap, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose this race. There's only one race I can think of where that was not the case. It was actually my Daytona 500 pit that you spotted me where I was leading and I won the race, but there was a huge block that came about it. Right now, 10 laps to go, we're getting to the end. What do you think we're going to see here, Adam?
Well, first we're going to see Bridger Olsen get lapped. That's going to be very hairy, the way these guys have been racing. And we're going to keep seeing these aggressive big blocks and shoves, and here comes the two of Bridger Olsen getting lapped.
They're going to be 3 wide, and though this track is wide enough for it, it is very tight!
What a save!
What a save is correct! Holy cow, Dane Cruz! No contact again! He
So
saved.
squirrely. That's the risk part about running all your teammates together. One incident, one bad push, one mistake of a slip of a back bumper, and the whole team is eliminated. And these 4 peak performance guys are going to continue to pinball each other on the inside lane, going to knock the 23 out of line. Jackson Glenn Austin had to duck to the grass for a second.
It's going to be double file racing for the race lead right now. Zach Probst on the bottom. Jeff Wimmer up top. 8 laps to go here in Daytona.
Wimmer and Hudgens have a good run here off of turn 2. It's going to need one more shove to clear them. If they're going to take this, though, it's going to be a huge game-changing moment of this race. They're going to stay there, at least thought about it. They are going to duck down now in 3.
Outside line left open for Michael Thorpe Jr. And Jonathan Canfield try to make some noise. I say that, but here comes Zach Probst up top. Wimmer goes to block that run. He knows it's go time. 7 to go, and Zach Probst's going to lead this race. Wimmer had to tuck back down.
Yeah, Probst with a huge aggressive move to retake the lead, and here comes Michael Thorpe with another huge move to take the inside away from Wimmer, and Wimmer's going to get a little squirrely there. Hudgens had lift out of it big time. Here comes the outside lane motoring, and Jonathan Canfield is going to duck to the inside of Probst for the lead. Here comes Austin J. McGill with him, but a huge run from Luke Knupp and Caden Ackes. They're going to get checked up, and Dylan Parker through the middle of a 4-wide move.
The C's parter for Dylan Parker, but he lost the momentum once he got there side by side with the race lead. Inside lane with the momentum. 6 to go for Jonathan Canfield.
Thorpe jumped out of line. He has Wimmer with him, and now getting squirrely again behind him. Dylan Parker with another huge save.
Dylan Parker is in the middle of 3 wide. No help.
Hudgens is going to jump out of line, move to the top with Thorpe.
Right now, that bottom line still with the advantage. Jonathan Canfield and McGill are both still clear of Hutchinson's.
Oh, Thorpe going to make it 3 wide on the inside of Hudgens here. Now he's side by side with Denise also.
It is absolutely a mess back here. They sort things out right now. Get single file back there. We can double file up front.
Yeah, Josh, one thing to keep in mind here for these last 5 laps, the lap car of Bridger Olsen is the 4th car in line on the bottom. He will play a role here. He's not for position, but that draft off that 2 car and him being a roadblock for these lead lap cars is going to be huge for everyone stuck behind him. Oh.
3 wide. Hudgens goes to the wall. Might be in the wall.
Oh, Caden Atkins got hooked. He's in the wall and around. Hudgens going with him. And the caution is out that Noah Mary, Darren Roy, and Justin Burnham were so desperately waiting for.
That was bad timing. There we go. So Hutchinson goes up, sees 3 wide. A lot of pushing here. And possibly neck out. That hooked Atkins. I'm not really sure from that angle if it was or not. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, just a lot going on here in the last couple laps of the race. Everyone just being like I've been saying all night, Josh, just super aggressive. And when we get to these last 10 laps, the belts are pulled extra tight and making. You're not thinking twice about the moves that you see in front of you. There is potential, and you're going to take it if you think you can make that stick, no matter how low the possibility is in reality. Excuse me.
So Jonathan Canfield, JCTV commentator, is leading this race. Canfield, he once told me that these are his best tracks to perform. Try to go out there, get his name in victory lane, and he's been calm until these last few laps, and I think that's what you've got to do. Right now, he's race leader, and we'll see if he can hold him off for this green-white checkered. The official season starts July 18th. First points paying event will be the iRacing.Funny 250 at Daytona. These guys already did qualifying. That was caught on Dawson's channel, Liberty Racing Network, BRN, on Twitch.tv. Qualifying has been set, but the duels will be July 11th to set the official starting lineup. Of course, top 2 positions are already locked, and I will see if I can get that information. Lights on the pace car are out.
Yeah, Josh, overtime restart here. Jonathan Canfield leading, Austin J. McGill on the outside. Got Don Blazier and Zach Probst behind them, Michael Thorpe Jr. and Jackson Glenn Austin. Top 6 for this restart. We have been mentioning the last 15 laps, really all race, but specifically the last 15 laps, these peak performance motorsports cars been super aggressive, been really strong in numbers, of course, and that is a big key here at restrictor plate racing. That goes a huge, long way to being successful. The only thing is, a few of them were involved in that crash, and not really a lot of them left here without some kind of damage. So it's going to be very fun to see Zach Probst, Jackson Glenn Austin, Caden Atkins, Noah Mary try and hook up here in these last couple laps. With Luke Nupp there also, it's kind of split up a little bit, see what they can do.
And Justin Johnson and Dane Cruz are the front row for the iRacing Top 250 here in a few weeks. We're focused on this one, though, as that pace car is in, and it is on Jonathan Canfield. The green flag is waving. We are back underway. 2 laps to go to settle this. Gill jumps to the line behind Canfield, and right now it is 2-on-2 as the rest of the field tries to catch up. But Probst and Glenn Austin, they're going to go down behind McGill. Now try to get the run. Here they come on the outside.
Jackson's going to try and swing back to the inside, pick up a little bit of draft off McGill. Swinging back now up. Here comes the 23. Don Blazier has a run, but is Luke Nupp to his inside. They're going to squeeze a little bit. Jackson Glenn Austin almost got hooked off the front bump of the 23 car. They're 3 right behind. They're bouncing off each other. Almost a wreck. And they save it somehow. Coming to the white.
Jonathan Canfield just wants that white flag to be waving, but it's actually going to be Zach Probst that gets the white. It is out. Now here comes Jackson Glenn Austin underneath Zach Probst for the race lead. Jackson has no help. Here comes Jonathan Canfield, and there's no help from Zach Probst either. They are racing hard
behind the 5th place car. This might just be a 2-on-2 battle. What's Austin J. McGill going to do here? Here comes Noah Mary now into the mix. McGill to the inside of the 23 is going to hook Don Blazier. They're all going to go colliding into each other. It's going to be just Zach Probst by himself. Luke Nupp and the 12 are left.
And it is going to be not enough time for these guys to try to get a draft up to Zach Probst as they're trying to wreck behind, but checkered flag is waving. Zach Probst actually wins a race on JCTV.
How about that? That is incredible for Zach Probst, for the luck to be on his side for a change, Josh. like you called it, he actually won on JCTV. He finally gets good fortune, and when everything just kind of exploded behind him with carnage everywhere all night, he survived and is going to be one of the few without being involved in an incident here in the closing lap.
Zach Probst is a driver that has been racing on JCTV scheduled programming for a long time. He's one of the drivers that you look at an early broadcast and you'll recognize his name from early races. And he has just had the worst luck out of everybody. Has never been able to find victory lane until now. And I know this is not a points-paying event, but I'm telling you, this feels just as good. It's great momentum, and it's proof to Zach that he can win, and it's proof to Zach that he knows how to, and he's gonna go and use this as a ton of momentum moving forward, I feel like. So, your unofficial results. Zach Probst with a race win. Luke Nupp brings it home P2. Doug Denise brings it home third. Jonathan Canfield, so close, comes home fourth. Jackson Glenn Austin brings it home fifth. Darren Roy sixth. Jeff Wimmer seventh. Austin J. McGill eighth. Noah Meary ninth. And Ricky Hutchins brings it home in 10th.
Dan Blazer was in the top 5 in the final corner. Is going to bring it home in 11th across the finish line. Justin Burnham takes the checkered in 12th. Michael Thorpe Jr. 1 lap down finishes 13th. Bridger Olsen 14th. Caden Atkins 15th. Dane Cruz ended the race off the track in 16th. Dylan Parker DNF'd to a 17th place finish. William Turnbull 18th. Robert Lukens 19th. JT Loach ends the race in 20th from the pole position. Casey Hatch 21st, and Zachary Ram rounded out our field mentioned earlier. He pretty much only completed 1 lap or 2 or 3 laps, and then he moved to the spotter stand actually tonight. Spotted some of his teammates to the finish tonight, so he will be credited with the 22nd place finish here on the score sheet. Josh.
So let's see if we can catch a word with some of our drivers here. Not so sure. There we go. Doug Denise, you got us?
I got you.
Hey, it's a third place finish for you, but what a race. How'd it go for you?
Oh, just tried to get a feel for this newer Super Speedway package that the next gen has. I haven't really had a chance to race with it, but it was a lot of fun. Kind of surprised I got third there at the end, just with all the chaos, but yeah. And it's Denise, not Denise.
Gotcha. Well, a short race tonight, more like a sprint. Can you use anything you learned from tonight for moving forward into the duels and then the iRacing Top Funny 250?
Definitely just need to be patient. That's probably the main thing. Just, there's a lot of unnecessary chaos. That's pretty much all. Yeah.
All right. Well, sponsor shout-outs. Who gets it done for you?
Well, I run a small side hustle business of making paint schemes at Denise Designs. A lot of the cars that I've done for PPM were in the field tonight. So I got a Facebook page.
All right. Well, congrats on the third place finish, and we'll see you pretty soon for
Yep.
duels.
Thanks for having me.
That was your third place finisher, Doug Denise. Adam, I believe you've caught up with our second place finisher.
Yeah, Halo gets Adam here in the JCTV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, you managed a second place finish, but take me through the race through the 5 car. A lot of chaos there, a lot of cautions, a lot of aggressive driving. What did you think of it all? What did you feel, and expectations for those restarts at the end?
I kind of got shuffled to the back, and Daytona is really hard to pass at. It's not as wide as Talladega, and just couldn't really pass. Like, every time people would block and then throw terrible blocks, and then you'd kind of get shoved in the wall, and you'd risk yourself losing the draft and not crash the whole field. So kind of do that at the end, and then they all crashed with like 5 to go, and got a reset, and just kind of hope for the best. There, I was getting side drafted heavily by Thorpe and kind of lost the front of the pack, but it honestly kind of helped me there at the end because I got to the bottom, and then when I saw them all wrecking, I just dived to the apron, and I kind of got in the Canfield and sent them up the track. But when it's a last lap crash in the clash, you kind of got to do what you got to do, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when you saw everything happen in 2 and 3, pretty much, did you know it was over, or was it just a last gasser to get to Probst?
I knew Probst was gone. I got into Canfield and it stalled my momentum. Like when Probst was out front the whole time, so he didn't even get any scuffs. So I was a second off Probst the whole time there. So a good win for him. He's my teammate, so it's always good to see a PPM driver win. But super good momentum coming into the start of the season. We got the duels we got a final preseason race next week, and then the duels after that. So hopefully we can have a good run next week for 4th of July, and then get into the duels, start the season off. But just can't thank PPM, Peak Performance Motorsports, Luke Cup Racing, iRacing Funny, Red Sim Design, Doug Denice, Rigid Industries, Impact, and all the teammates, Dane, Caden, and Dylan. We're ready to have a good season, and then you guys for broadcasting.
All right. Well, thanks, Luke. Congrats on the second place run tonight. Good luck the next 2 weeks and in 3 weeks for the iRacing.Funny 250, of course.
Thanks, guys.
That was our second place finisher, Luke Nupp in the 5, and believe, Josh, you have made it to victory lane. Long-awaited interview here with the driver of the 62.
Feels really good. First win on JCTV broadcast. Didn't really expect it after the lap 1 incident, but managed to keep it straight. Got it all fixed, and just was in the right place at the right time. So on that first lap, I was just trying to get lined up with teammates. I'd gone high trying to line up with Luke Nupp and get Caden and Noah lined up on the top. And I forget who it was, but he just came up, hooked me, but got that all fixed. And then after that, it was just trying to avoid the wrecks. At that point, the plan was just to mirror drive until I got to the checkered. Obviously, didn't need to use that plan, but had that in my back pocket and just got lucky with the caution. I'd like to thank my teammates for sticking with me here, and like to thank the fans for supporting me through the little rough patch. But yeah, and thanks to you guys for broadcasting. All right, see ya.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Wins like this go a long way, even though, like you mentioned, exhibition event, but it's still a little bit of confidence boost just for crossing the finish line first, no matter what it is in, no matter what car, no matter what track, no matter what session, server, series. It is just a little bit of boost of confidence. And Josh, you were muted apparently, so the question is talking about Zach Probst and him getting to victory lane, getting through, and just being able to get in victory lane and how he's going to move forward. I think it is going to be a little bit of more confidence with the 62 machine in all the leagues we see him racing JCTV. So I'm looking forward to seeing him hopefully put together more races. Like you said, I heard it. Everyone else couldn't apparently, but he has been on JCTV a long time, racing across the board in all kinds of different type of cars, and seeing him get something finally with some good luck is great, and hopefully a change of tide for the luck, like we keep saying, for the fortune. It's just, I think he is gonna go into plate races with a lot more confidence now because he has a win in his back pocket here on JCTV at a place like Daytona.
You know, I was pretty worried about my mic being muted for a long time, and it wasn't. And I muted my mic when you were interviewing Luke Knupp. And so yeah, the only thing that wasn't caught was my interview with Zach Probst. Of course, his side was heard, mine wasn't. But yeah, just big congrats to Probst. That is a guy that, I mean, I think if we were to take every single broadcast he's been a part of, not just the slide job broadcast, I'm talking every single broadcast he's been a part of, and you get a list of a poll driver with the most bad luck, he would be the winner of that. I've seen Zach Probst win so many polls, start the race from P1, and it looks like he's going to be fast, and then something happens, and he's going from a shot at a win to a shot at just staying on the lead lap, or sitting in pit road with a damaged race vehicle. Tonight, he started up front. Did not go his way on that first lap, but just he did what he had to do. So, I think that's going to do it for us. It was a fun race. These guys were pretty wild overall, Adam. But what a race we saw. So, Season 11, Slide Job Racing League. Duels start just a couple weeks, and then the iRacing Funny 250 will be right after that. I believe 2 weeks till the duels, 3 weeks till the iRacing Funny 250. Start off the season at Daytona, so definitely check those out. This Friday, the DI9 Designs Anywhere series is on a bye week. Saturday, the Players Sim Racing and the Pit News Truck Series returns from a bye week, and we are racing at USA International. I'm not so sure how I'm looking forward to that as a driver, but I'm telling you, as a fan and broadcaster, I think that's going to be pretty fun to watch. Not so sure about driving, though, but we'll see. Where she catch my 42 truck in that one. Big thanks to Adam Kuhn for coming in the booth, commentating with me, as always. Dawson Allen for all he does. Not with us tonight. He is still at Watkins Glen, as he was at the 6 hour at the Glen with you, Adam. A bunch of other driver guys from here as well. Thanks to all the drivers, the admins for putting this on, fans for watching at home. And I'm Josh Coppernoll saying so long. We'll see you next time.